Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Mario. This is a new hack, or at least new to me. I don't know. It's also labeled hard, which means I don't know if we're going to be able to do this one. It's supposed to be short and sweet. It's supposed to also be very, I think it's Christmas. It's not Christmas themed, but it's short and sweet, and that's all that matters about me. This is called Super Mario Starlight by Ddog30. We're going to go ahead and hit new game. I know it says continue game, but I didn't really start it. I just want to make sure my controls are working. 2 years after saving Peach, Mario travels back to planet Xemia to pay Frank a visit. This seems like it's a sequel to a game that I haven't played, which is going to be a bit interesting to me. And as you all know, as I try to remember how to play this game, I usually only do these when I have something to talk about. Okay, hold on one second, though. We have to have a cutscene. Frank! Oh, what am I to do? What are you to do about what? Ah, Mario, good to see you, but bad timing. I was researching new Rex species when, out of nowhere, an earthquake struck and destroyed my lab. But I'm glad you're here. I have a surprise for you. Follow me. Cool. Here it is, a statue built in your honor. What do you think? We decided to pick you from Mario 3, which was a long time ago, I think. Or was it not a long time ago? Who knows? I don't know. Oh, somebody exploded it. No! It's my statue. Who could it be? Seriously, that took forever to build. I even spent the last of my Yoshi coins to on the paint job. Seems like it didn't have that much to paint. What? You'll help me rebuild it? That'd be amazing. Come with me. I'll show you around the place. I'll have you collect more Yoshi coins while I start on reconstruction. Check out my latest invention, the warp door. These will teleport you close to detected coins. 15 Yoshi coins should be all I need to cover the repairs. Meet me in the far east door once you've had enough. Well, I'll leave you to it. Good luck out there. So my guess is, oh, can I go to the right or can I go to, I'm said far east door. So can I just, ironically, it looks like this warp door is out of order. Okay, guess we'll just go through here instead. I think this has an open world type of theme. Ooh, I love that it has like an intro thing. Super Mario Starlight, a ROM hack by Henry. I also enjoy that it has its own like little logo thing so I can figure stuff out. Now, I believe we have some information to do. So let's see what this is. Tip. The number above a warp door indicates how many Yoshi coins you need to enter it. Press the up arrow on the D-pad to read signs, talk to people, and interact with other objects. Okay. So we've got 15 here, 8 there, 4 there, 1 here. So my guess is the 15, this is how many coins you need, because you said you needed 15 to reach the far door on the east. So from here, I guess we just go in the warp door, and because this thing's 0, this is probably our starting place. I was hoping I could read that sign. Is there more things? There's probably more things that way, so let's just go into here and see what happens. Tutorial, first steps. I like these little intro sequences. It's very cute. Thank you for this. Let's see what we got here. Cute little Rex thing, because he was researching Rexes. Makes sense that would be the first thing we see. And I'll get into story time with Ddog in a second. I want to learn about all this stuff. Tip. Press A in the air and you'll do a mid-air twirl. You can gain more distance than a regular jump. Okay, so it's a nice little, can I do it more than once? Hold on. I can do it when I bounce off people, but from a long height, can I do it? I can, but it takes a while to reset. Wonder if there's a, excuse me. What if there's a wall jump? Or a wall, yeah, wall jump. Let's see. You can slide. Does that mean I can jump off you? Yes, I can. This is very mobility based. I like it. From here, though. Wall jumping is here. Okay, yeah. So, like this. Okay, that's fine. And my guess is a coin, and the coin is the ending thing this time around. You got a Yoshi coin! Like when you get a star from the Mario 64. Press A to advance cutscene. No, advanced usually has a D in it. Okay, because I got one, I can go through that now. Good. Good idea. Good kind of stuff here. So one can go in there. What are these? I want to know what these are. And what is... That's just more Mario Brothers 3 stuff. So this is very similar to, like, being in the... What is it? Being in the castle at... Being in the castle at Mario 64. Destination Rex Outbreak. So it's kind of like an open world, but linear, which is interesting. That showed us that when they hit those, that they squished themselves. Is there a reason why they would do that? Is there a reason I would need that? I guess just... Also, we got to remember that we have save states. And so I need to... This is a much more of a different type of feel. But why would I care about them getting smaller? Just because they maybe get a little quicker and that's it? I'm not sure. Can I? Oh man, I was hoping I can double wall jump and keep going back and forth. That's good to know as well. See, we gotta learn a bunch of all this stuff. But yeah, now that I'm finally into it, let's go ahead and talk about things. Like, I usually only do these as you all know, as a way to... It's basically a podcast at this point. I talk to myself basically during this, so that way I can just, you know, tell little stories and things, either from my life or from work and stuff. And man, if you didn't know, if this is the first time watching me, hello, I appreciate you watching me. My job, as you all know, is a teacher. And I don't get to talk about teaching much because I'm not allowed to usually talk about my job during this. Not as in, like, they've told me, oh, it's got a little marker to show that we got the coin there. Good, I appreciate that. So I can talk about some things, like if kids no longer go to the school anymore, stuff. Unstable Rooftop is the next thing. I can talk about them, but here's the thing about school and teaching and whatnot. When it comes to teaching in general, and some teachers will agree with this, the kids are not the worst part of the problem. Like, to me, the kids have never been the worst part of teaching. The worst part of teaching is 100% the parents. It always will be. And I want you to think about this. If you're one of those people, if you're sitting here watching me now because I don't know, you know me, or maybe, oh man, ooh, I was not expecting myself to do that. Maybe you're thinking to yourself, well, how could parents be that bad? You don't have to deal with the parents all the time. Well, you do. And you know, the funny thing is, a lot of people would say, oh, you don't want to deal with like kids with bad behavior and stuff like that. But like, here's the thing, bad behavior is something that I can like manage in my class. Something I can't manage in my class is the way that the parents act at home, or the way that they feel about their own grades and whatnot. I want you to think about this. The kids that I teach, those parents oh goodness, those parents were in school a long time ago. Same time like I was in middle school a long time ago. And so the way that they might have thought about things is different than the way that they got raised in school is different than the way that we've done it. These blocks will break if you collect them after collecting a limited number of Yoshi Coins. Good. No, what is this? Is this a lounge? What are you? Like a little club? That's cute. Scruff. Hey, you must be new around here. Mario, eh? You can call me Scruff. Go ahead and pick your poison. I won't judge. The poison was just a mushroom. You didn't really have anything else to choose there. So like I was saying, what are you? There's so much stuff I'm dealing. Oh, it's like one of those things that follows you, one of those type of barrels that follow you in Donkey Kong. I think it also has the T's in it. It has like a T on it as well. Man, I keep wanting to talk about stories and stuff. So, Canon Chaos. Great. You better give me some Donkey Kong music at some point if you're gonna be doing this kind of thing. So, long story short, the parents are the ones that I deal with. The parents are the worst part about doing teaching and stuff. They become overbearing at points, and like getting emails from parents at like, oh goodness, the middle of the night and stuff like that is always one of the most frustrating things. Think about it this way. Obviously, they care about their students, or they care about their child's grade, right? I'd care about their grades as well. But depending on who you are and who you're talking to, man, I definitely jumped. Depending on who you are and who you're talking to and whatnot, there are certain students and parents of students that usually act a little bit more. They do a little bit more, how do I explain this? They're a little bit more involved, for better or for worse. An easy way to explain this would be if you're in like an advanced class or something. I've been teaching 5 years, and in all 5 years, I've noticed that the parents of students that are in advanced class, they'll be the ones to reach out to you first before, you know, other parents would. So it becomes a point where well, one, it's annoying, but two, it becomes to where like I've learned to expect, oh, if my advanced class does poorly on a test, I'm gonna see like 8 emails later that night of teachers being like, not teachers, of parents being like, why did my kid do bad on this test? Or hey, my kid did terrible on this test. Can they redo stuff? Can they have extra credit? Can they do any of that kind of stuff? And that's an interesting thing. The Warp Door with blue numbers have 2 Yoshi coins inside of them. Good to know. That's another thing to think about. There's lots of teachers, and they have different ways that they teach and whatnot. And I am one of those type of teachers that never, ever, ever, ever gives any type of extra credit. I don't. I think, and there's a couple reasons behind it. One, it's the same kind of reason why I do homework. I want them, or I don't do homework, because they show their mastery, all these learning targets and stuff, on in class through exit slips, through tests and everything. And really, you gotta remember that a test is not there to, my goodness, the mole went away. I need him to spawn back in, please. Thank you. Tests are there, and cooldowns and all that stuff are just for them to show me, hey, do you understand the stuff that we were doing? Do you, can you perform and do the same stuff that we were doing in class about that same subject? Tests aren't there, oh dang it, tests aren't there to just give a child a bad grade. Tests aren't there to just be a way to punish the child for not paying attention. Yes, it's a natural consequence. If a child does not pay attention in class, they are going to do poorly on a test. That, like I said, natural consequence. That is how that just happens. It's gonna happen. Because if you're not paying attention, you're not gonna know how to do the stuff that's on that said test and everything. So, you're probably thinking to yourself, well, Ddog, if they do these tests and they show that they're not mastered of them and they do poorly, can't you give extra credit so that way they can show you that mastery? Yes and no. It's a double-edged sword, right? If I give them something to do at home, then the first thing I have to think of is, well, are they going to actually do that stuff at home on their own? Or are they going to be doing that stuff with their parent, with their sibling, with their uncle, nephew, whatever? Are they going to be doing that stuff alone, or are they going to be doing it with the family? Because I could sit there and give assignments out willy-nilly, especially with homework and stuff, and be like, hey, this is due tomorrow or in 2 days. If you do this, I'm going to add 5 more points to your test. Well, all that's doing is satisfying them wanting to get a better grade. It's not satisfying my need as a teacher for them to show mastery, for them to show that they can divide fractions, for them to show that they can find the volume of a box or something. So, like I said, that kind of stuff becomes a double-edged sword. The same reasoning happens why I don't give homework. Anything I give at home is not something that can be useful data for me as a teacher. I cannot think, oh, this child must have done this on their own. They got a perfect 100%, even though they are doing this, even though it looks entirely different from what they did the other day. And like maybe that is the point. Maybe the point is, oh, they did actually do this. Oh my god, I could no. I'm gonna be patient here for a second. Maybe they actually did do it on their own. Like I can, but I can't give them the benefit of the doubt every single time. And that's the main problem I have here with that. So that's why I don't give extra credit. That's why I don't usually do that kind of stuff. So what do you do instead? Well, let me give an example of something that happened a couple years ago. If you don't know by now, so back when I was in middle school, the way math works is that they would teach me, or the kids at my age when I was a student, geometry at the end of the year, mostly because it's very much a thing that is kind of on its own. It doesn't connect with a lot of the other stuff in class, the other learning targets and whatnot. So with that in mind, when I started teaching in 5 years ago or so, I learned that they now teach geometry first. They try to get it out of the way first. And the geometry stuff, area, volume, surface area, all that stuff, is, in my opinion, the hardest stuff of the year to do. Usually every year that first test is bombed by every kid in the class. It's just dealt. That's just how it is. I don't know why. I mean, I do know why. It's difficult. So, because of that, I usually, what is this? Entry 37. Analysis of an unidentified celestial body composed of barium indicates local origin. So can I jump higher with this? Okay. Can this get me anywhere? Oh, hello, secret level? Almost like a secret level. I'll take that. So, basically what I'm trying to say is that a few years ago, I did that very first test and it was bombed. And I had many parents asking, hey, why, or hey, my student did poorly on this. Can they have a retake? Can we do a redo? Can we have extra credit? Can we do something to make their grade better? Now, albeit, remember that this is the first unit of the year, so there's not a lot of grades in the gradebook anyway. So when it comes to my response to that, I had to first respond without giving away information about students' grades. A big no-no is me saying, oh, all the students bombed it, so we're gonna have a problem. Because I can't say anything being like, oh, certain students did bad, certain students did good. Instead, I need to word it to where I'm like, hey, I recognize that you see this as a problem. So here's what we're gonna do. In a week or so, we will go ahead and do a review again. We'll cover it this week. And then at the end of the week, we will do another test. Same problems, different numbers on them. And if they do better on this test, I can replace that grade with the test that they did. The reason this works instead of doing like extra credit and stuff is because it sounds like extra credit, is because one, like I said earlier, all that data that's happening is being done in my classroom. It's being done specifically where I can manage. I bet we're almost to the end. This is a very vertical level. It's specifically being done to where I can manage whatever they're doing. Oh, there it is. Cool. And I can follow along, and also it shows me, hey, now that we've reviewed it some more, can they master it? Because all school is kids showing mastery of things, saying, hey, I am able to do this. I am able to do this thing, whatever it is that we need to do. Because this doesn't have a it doesn't have like worlds and stuff. I don't know how I'm gonna split this up, which is interesting, but we'll figure it out. I'm gonna go ahead and stop here, and then I'll see you all next time, and we'll talk more about this kind of stuff. Yeah, it's an interesting thing.